Welcome to Grace Life Ministries. This is your daily dose of grace. Well, today I want to share something very encouraging from John chapter 3 today that God showed me, because lately I've been getting a lot of feedback from people I've been ministering to, Christians in particular, that are so afraid that they're going to be judged or condemned by God because of the wrong things that they've done. And I just want to encourage you, if you've got that same fear that God's going to judge or condemn you because of something you've done, I want to share this with you. Starting in John chapter 3, verse 16, it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." And so it's saying that if you believe in him, because of what Jesus did, you have everlasting life, not temporary life, not life that can be cut short by something you do wrong, but everlasting life. And we have that everlasting life because even if we died on this earth, we go to heaven and we're still alive. We never die. Verse 17 says, "For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved." And so we see here, first of all, that God's purpose in sending Jesus wasn't to condemn or judge the world. It was so that we all, through him, might be saved from that, from judgment, from condemnation. In verse 18 it says, "He that believes on him is not condemned." So right there you have it. If you believe on Jesus, no matter what you've done, you are not condemned. But it goes on to say in that verse, "But he that does not believe is condemned already." So why is the person that doesn't believe on God condemned already? Because they have not believed on the name of the only begotten Son of God. And so you see, if someone is condemned, who's not saved, who's not a Christian, it's not because they don't go to church, it's not because of all the wrong things they've done in their life, it's not because they cheat, steal, kill, any of that sort of thing. It's only because they haven't believed on Jesus. And that's the only reason that people don't go to heaven when they die, is just because they don't believe on Jesus. And they send themselves there. God wants everyone saved. The word says that God's not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to the knowledge of God, to believe on Jesus. It's not God's will. He's not willing that anyone should die. That's not his will. He wants everyone to come to the knowledge of him, but it's free will. God's not going to force that upon anyone. In verse 19 it says, "And this is the condemnation, that the light is come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil." So it's saying that this is the condemnation. They loved darkness rather than light. They loved darkness rather than the light of life, rather than Jesus. In verse 20 it goes to say, "For everyone that does evil hates the light, neither comes to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved," or exposed. And so basically, they don't come to the light because they're afraid that their evil deeds will be exposed. They're like, "Oh no, I don't want my evil deeds, those things exposed, so I'm not coming to the light." And it says that they love darkness. Verse 21 says, "But whoever does the truth comes to the light, that their deeds may be made manifest, that they are because of God," or that they're doing what God wants. And so basically, if you're born again, you're not condemned. And even if you're not born again, God doesn't condemn you. He sent his Son into the world so that you wouldn't be condemned. He sent his Son not to condemn you, not to condemn anyone, but that everyone who doesn't currently believe on Jesus would be saved simply by believing on him. Not because you do anything right, not because you perform all the religious acts or anything like that. Just simply believing on Jesus makes you holy and righteous with God, and we know that we are completely holy and right with God because we believe on him, because 1 John 4:17 says, "As Jesus is, so are we in this world." And that means that every single view, thought, and opinion that God has about Jesus right now, as he's seated at the right hand of the Father, he has the exact same views, thoughts, and opinions about you too, no matter what you do, think, or say. Well, I pray that encouraged you today. There's your daily dose of grace. Don't forget to click like, subscribe on this video if you want to be part of the ministry and help support this message. And you have a blessed day.